tight, 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 tight. Every region of my body is searching for where that blood went because it's all cut off.
Just think, if it messes up, you'll never know.
That's right.
The physics of doing the wire fu move while suspended in air are tricky. With no ground to stabilize you, even the slightest turn or twist can throw you off course.
I improvised.
Yeah, he says the reason you swung around is because when you made that kick, what you need to do is you turn out your upper body and make an actual swing and a follow through, so your momentum will carry your right leg.
Okay.
Ready?
Once I started rotating my torso and following through on my kicks, I got the hang of it. So Yang and his crew upped the ante.
That was fun. That's fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You watch out. I'm coming for you, Jackie Chan.
But we were still miles away from being ready to take on a real Kung Fu fighter. Next, we'd meet up with one of Kung Fu's most revered masters and learn some secret techniques that were once taught to Bruce Lee himself.
The next stop on our journey would take us to the largest man-made structure on Earth. Just 30 miles northwest of Beijing is the town of Zhiyangguan and the Great Wall of China. Stretching over 4,000 miles, the wall was constructed over 20 centuries by millions of men.
Although some sections of it date from 500 BC, much of the Great Wall was constructed during the Ming Dynasty as a way to fend off the Mongol and Manchurian raiders from the north. And the section near Zhiyangguan was key to the defense of the capital. A breach of the wall here would leave Beijing exposed, so the men who stood guard were some of the empire's toughest soldiers and most feared Kung Fu masters.
Today, the town is home to Master Wang Zhipeng. Master Wang is a disciple of the revered master Wang Shunling. Ling also worked extensively with Bruce Lee during Lee's formative years. And it's the skills that Ling taught him that made Lee arguably the greatest martial artist of his time or any other.
The style is called Wing Chun. Master Wang's Wing Chun is built around the concept of efficient, close-quarter combat. Tight, coordinated movements are used to reduce the distance between you and your opponent. From there, a series of knees, elbows, or rapid-fire punches are used to injure and even kill. There's no wasted motion. Because of its close-quarter nature and its efficiency, Wing Chun has been adopted in the West in many women's self-defense systems, which wasn't surprising when we learned how Wing Chun came to be.
In the Qing Dynasty, a woman started the style of Kung Fu to protect herself.
In the 18th century, a local warlord tried to force a woman named Yin Wing Chun to marry him. But Wing Chun struck a deal. If she could beat the warlord in a fight, she could have her freedom. Wing Chun trained in a rapid-fire style suited to quick, diminutive fighters. Her hard work paid off. She won the fight, and the art of Wing Chun was born.
Whether you're male or female, the core strike in any Wing Chun attack is the straight Wing Chun punch.
Just a straight punch? Just here?
It's the shortest distance between you and your opponent.
To execute the Wing Chun punch, the fighter quickly moves inside his opponent's punching range.
Good.
With his hands in front of his chest and his elbows tucked in, the fighter quickly rotates and extends his fist.
Punch along the arm. Then try and get your hand back above your elbow.
The punch is then repeated, as needed, until your opponent bites the dust.
I feel like the breeze whizzing by my face. That's cool.
And according to Master Wang, the more relaxed a fighter is, the more punches he can throw.
Relax. Relax your arms.
It's so hard to relax and think about punching somebody. It's not an easy concept.
But Wing Chun doesn't just rely on speed. It uses power, too.
He's excited. Oh, yeah, that sucks. And even through a pad from, this far away, you feel a lot of power.
The key to this synergy of speed and power is punch technique, punch location, and punch frequency. With your elbows tucked in behind your fist, the energy of each punch is maximized. And because the punch is delivered to your opponent's core along a center line, the more directly that force is transmitted to his body. The effect is similar to that of continually slamming a battering ram against a door. No matter how strong, it can only sustain so many blows before it collapses.
Tell you what, this punch is very difficult. Staying in that motion and always realizing that he can hit you back.
The more you practice, the better you become at anticipating your opponent's next strike.
So all these are basically different moves to create hand sensitivity, which comes into play no matter what you're doing.
Practice for long enough, and you don't even need to see your opponent to strike him. Blindfolded, Master Wong demonstrated the combination of speed and power that lies at the heart of Wing Chun.
Okay. See, that's for real. If you break your training partners, you don't have anyone to play with.
But Master Wong explained he was actually taking it easy on his sparring partner. At full force, that punch would have broken this guy's ribs.
He was fluid just as fast, and he saw his openings, and he was kicking his butt blindfolded.
Yeah, and he hit him right in the solar plexus, and we got to see him puke over the Great Wall of China.
But one punch, no matter how devastating, wouldn't be enough to survive a fight. So we headed south to Kaifeng Park on the Yellow River to witness law enforcement, Kung Fu style. Founded in 1983 as a subdivision of the People's Liberation Army, the People's Armed Police number more than 600,000 men. Duties include everything from crowd control to tactical counterterrorism missions. The style of Kung Fu they learn is simply called Police Kung Fu, and it's a close cousin of the Sanda style our opponent Yan excels in.
This guy will practice some kind of kicking for you.
This is the rear leg front kick. Officers are trained to use this kick in hijacking situations when firearms can't be used. It's a vital part of every PAP officer's training, and judging from the looks of it, not something you want to be on the receiving end of. To execute the rear leg front kick, the back leg is brought forward, lifting the knee. Then the lower leg is quickly extended, making contact with the opponent's neck or chin. The striking leg is retracted to its original position like the snapping of a rubber band, allowing the fighter to repeat the move.
This kick is all about speed. The further the foot travels, the greater its acceleration, and the more dangerous a weapon it becomes. Powered by the muscles of the hip flexor and the quadriceps, by the time your foot reaches your opponent's throat, it's traveling nearly 40 miles per hour. That type of speed yields over 1,000 pounds of force, enough to puncture the Adam's apple and crush your windpipe.
You know, this is a really good kick because I can use my size and power and my huge legs to push the guy off and get back to my fighting stance.
I may not have the power of Bill, but what I can bring to this move is speed.
See, what I like about this is that it's powerful, fast, and accurate.
This kick was worth adding to our repertoire, but we still had a lot to learn and not much time to learn it. The next stop on our journey would take us to one of the largest martial arts schools in the world to learn the deadliest Kung Fu style of them all. With just days remaining before our fight, we've come here, to the town of Dangfeng. Dangfeng is situated at the base of Mount Sung, which is considered one of China's 5 sacred mountains. Venerated by Taoist pilgrims for centuries, they believe these mountains originally formed the limbs and head of Pan Go, the creator of the world.
Dangfeng is a small town, but it has over 50 kung fu schools, teaching more than 50,000